Okay, I'll just take it from the top.
Okay, Jenny, and in 3, 2.
Jenny!
Zach, what are you doing here?
I come here all the time.
Get out!
Seriously.
No, I mean get out. I'm recording a message about the business climate in Lehigh Valley.
Oh. Well, I'm here to talk about why Lehigh Valley is worth discovering on your next vacation-long getaway. So maybe we could do this together.
Sure, just like oil and water.
Okay. How about you do your message, then I'll do mine.
Deal.
Okay, Jenny, and in 3, 2.
Whether you're relocating or expanding your existing business, you'll find that Lehigh Valley is the perfect location. Strategically located between New York City and Philadelphia, Lehigh Valley is home to 3 major cities: Allentown, Bethlehem, and Easton, and nearly 700,000 people. Lehigh Valley is at the intersection of major north, south, and east-west highways.
And has significant freight rail access.
I was getting to that, Zach. Yes, actually, Zach is right. One of the reasons top flight companies choose to be here is the easy access to other metro markets through freight rail, major interstates, and daily flights in and out of Lehigh Valley International Airport, which is void of the crowds you'll find at larger air travel centers, but without sacrificing the sophistication of an international airport. It's a great place to relocate because Lehigh Valley offers affordable housing, top-notch schools, an abundance of natural beauty, and a variety of cultural, athletic, and leisure activities to suit every taste. When you relocate your business to Lehigh Valley, you'll find there's a unique relationship between leaders from both the public and private sectors. The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, Lehigh and Northampton counties, and municipal governments work with economic development, chambers of commerce, industry organizations, educational institutions, and utilities to streamline your business's relocation or expansion. With more than a dozen colleges and universities and technical degree schools, Lehigh Valley is the destination of choice for more than 50,000 students from across the country and around the world. With all these colleges and universities, businesses have access to a highly trained and educated workforce, advanced research and development facilities, and an upwardly mobile consumer base. Families who relocate here will also be impressed by Lehigh Valley's excellent K-12 public school system. Is Lehigh Valley the right place for your business? Consider this. Lehigh Valley is already home to an array of industry sectors, from healthcare to advanced manufacturing, plastics to food processing, energy related to life sciences and technology. And Lehigh Valley offers a climate that is especially friendly to small businesses and startups. What's even more exciting about Lehigh Valley is the growing focus on green practices and energy-related projects. Businesses here care about the environment. So you see, Lehigh Valley is the perfect place to relocate or expand your current business. Over to you, Zach. What are you doing?
I'm dressed for a day trip in Lehigh Valley.
Will there be anything for me?
Of course. There's something for everybody to discover in Lehigh Valley. Lehigh Valley is the perfect destination for a day trip, a long weekend, or even a week. As Jenny mentioned, Lehigh Valley is a convenient drive from either New York City or Philadelphia. And once you get here, there's no shortage of exciting things to do, places to shop, fine foods to eat, and comfortable places to stay. Looking for adventure? Feel the rush of riding world-class roller coasters at Dorney Park and Wildwater Kingdom. Enjoy water fun of every kind, boating, rafting, or scuba diving at Dutch Springs. Or explore the great outdoors at one of the scenic parks. Spend a day or spend a week. You'll never run out of new things to discover in Lehigh Valley. Or let's say you're interested in culture and history.
What's with...
Don't ask. Catch a special exhibit at Allentown Art Museum, get your motor running with the auto displays at America on Wheels, or take a walk back in time at the Moravian Structures, the Liberty Bell Museum, or the National Canal Museum. Perhaps a festival is more your style. The calendar is full of festivals and other special events in Lehigh Valley. Plan your next getaway around one of our many special events. If you like music, you'll love Music Fest, Mayfair, and the Great Allentown Fair. Or learn more about Lehigh Valley's founding cultures by visiting Celtic Classic, Heritage Day, or Chris Kindlemart's. Lehigh Valley offers fun for the whole family. Get inspired with hands-on exploration of science at the Da Vinci Science Center. See how a rainbow gets put in a box at the Crayola Factory. Or get close to animals of all shapes and sizes at the Lehigh Valley Zoo. Wherever you go in Lehigh Valley, you'll find that fun and learning go hand in hand. Now, let's say you like sports.
You like sports.
Whether you prefer to spectate or participate, you'll discover just the thing in Lehigh Valley. Watch AAA baseball in one of the league's newest and most comfortable stadiums, or watch world-class cycling at the Valley Preferred Cycling Center. Enjoy a round at one of our many scenic golf courses. Lace up your hiking boots for the Appalachian Trail, or strap on your snowboard for a race down the mountain. Whatever your sporting fancy, you can have fun in Lehigh Valley. What about after hours? Lehigh Valley is a great place to go for a day without the kids or a night on the town. Treat your taste buds to the pleasures of local varietals on the Lehigh Valley Wine Trail. Feast your eyes on a tour of Lehigh Valley's 7 historic covered bridges, and chant your ears by touring the C.F. Martin Guitar Factory, or excite all your senses at the Sands Casino Resort Bethlehem. Whatever your pleasure, you'll find a way to satisfy it in Lehigh Valley. Lehigh Valley has something to fit every taste and budget, whether you're on vacation alone or with the kids.
Or whether you're here to relocate or expand your business.
Lehigh Valley is scenic,
A short drive from major metropolitan areas.
steeped in culture and history,
A host to superb infrastructure.
festooned with festivals.
Festooned.
What?
Enriched with excellent academic institutions and a highly trained and educated workforce.
An area filled with sporting activities.
A region that is ideal for raising a family.
Lehigh Valley really is worth discovering.
Welcome to this edition of Lehigh Valley Visions, a video podcast highlighting area attractions. I'm your host, Tracy Werner. Today we're taking a behind-the-scenes tour of CocaCola Park in Allentown. This brand new stadium is home to the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, the region's new AAA minor league baseball team. We're here in the majestic clubhouse store doing a little shopping, but now we're going to get our tour started. So why don't you come along with us and find out what everyone's hog wild about. Dan, I think what I love most about attending a minor league baseball game isn't really just the action on the field, but it's the general atmosphere of the entire place. To me, it's everything from, the beer and the food to the mascots and even the general fan enthusiasm for the team. Why do you think it's so special?
Tracy, every day here at CocaCola Park feels like opening day. There's all kinds of different promotions going on a nightly basis. There's all kinds of giveaway items for the young and old. You also have visiting mascot appearances and athletes coming into town. So it's a big deal every single night here at the ballpark. Also, the price is right. A family of 4 can come to an Iron Pigs game and spend less than they would if they went to a movie. The third thing that really makes this ballpark unique is that all the seating areas are right on top of the action. There really are no bad seats here at CocaCola Park.
Well, Dan, we're here on the main concourse of the park, and I've got to say it's my favorite part because it's where all the food is located. There's so many great things to eat and drink here. What can fans find?
Well, we have a wide variety of fixed locations as well as portable units here at the ballpark. But we also have unique items to our menu here at the ballpark, including the Boss Hog Dog, a jumbo hot dog found only here at CocaCola Park. We also have the Nacho Porker, which is a tremendous combination of nachos, nacho cheese, and pulled pork. And finally, the Big Porker Sandwich is the staple meal here at the ballpark, always a favorite amongst the guests that come to Iron Pigs games.
And it's absolutely a favorite of mine. I've had it several times. I wanted to continue on our tour now, Dan, and go up to the club level suites on the second floor. I understand that they have an amazing view of the ball field, so let's go there next. Well, the club level certainly is posh with its own bar and hog heaven food service counter. Think we can sneak a peek at the Iron Pig suite?
Absolutely. Right this way.
Dan, this suite is really beautiful.
Oh, yes. This is the club level here at CocaCola Park. There are 20 suites on the club level, 19 of which have been bought out by different companies and founding partners of the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. But this Iron Pig suite is the biggest of the suites, and it's open to the public, although unfortunately it's been sold out for quite a while here during the inaugural season. Basically what you have here, you have tremendous seating indoors, a climate-controlled area so you can be in air conditioning during those humid days in July and August. You also have 2 big screen TVs in here as well, which allows you to maybe check out some of the other action, maybe down in Philadelphia, watching games here as well. It's perfect for rain delays. The other thing that we have to offer in the Iron Pig Suite is 2 rows of stadium seats outside. So when it's a beautiful day, you can go out there and check out the ball game, hear the sounds of the game. And Tracy, as you can see, it's the best view in minor league baseball.
It really is impressive. I've heard that there are 4 VIP dugout suites downstairs that the public can rent for everything from a birthday party to a bachelor party. Can we go see one next?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Cool.
Tracy, we are now inside the dugout suites here at CocaCola Park. As you can see, the great furniture, the wonderful settings, and this really is an unparalleled setting for any type of business or social gathering that you might have at an Iron Pigs game. And the great thing, too, is it gives a unique perspective on the game as well, because when you're actually outside in the stadium seats that are provided along with your suite, you're actually closer to home plate than the pitcher is when he's standing on the mound.
That's a really interesting fact, Dan. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a great feature of the dugout suites here at CocaCola Park, which also include a 2-hour ballpark buffet, much like the suites upstairs. You also have a cash bar and beverage service provided during the course of the game as well. And the other great thing about the suites down here is there's always a fully stacked Coke fridge down here at all times. It's always ready to be refilled with Coca-Cola products during those hot, humid evenings here at the ballpark.
Well, Dan, I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed. I was hoping to meet Ferris, the team mascot, during my visit to the park today. I haven't seen him anywhere. Do you know where he is?
Oh, I'm sure he's kicking around here somewhere. He might be catching some R&R over at the Red Robin mascot booth, so maybe we'll check on him just a little bit later.
Well, Dan, we're at the end of our tour of CocaCola Park. I really appreciate you taking the time to show us around, and I'm looking forward to cheering the Pigs on to victory the next time they're home.
Well, Tracy, it's been my pleasure, and please enjoy the rest of your stay here at CocaCola Park.
Thanks so much. Whether you're a baseball fan or just looking for a fun night out with the family, I encourage you to check out an Iron Pigs game yet this season. Thanks for joining me for this edition of Lehigh Valley Visions. Hello, welcome to this edition of Lehigh Valley Visions, a video podcast highlighting local attractions. I'm your host, Tracy Werner. Today we're taking a behind-the-scenes tour of the C.F. Martin Guitar Company in Nazareth. This company has been turning out world-famous guitars for over 170 years, and they've been played by some of the music industry's most elite members. Our guide for today's tour is Dick Boak, Director of Artist Relations. Dick, what is the history of Martin Guitar?
Well, Martin is interwoven with American culture and American music, world music for that matter, since 1833, when we were founded. C.F. Martin came to the United States, set up shop in Nazareth in 1839. We've been here ever since, building the best guitars in the world.
How long has Martin Guitar been offering a behind-the-scenes factory tour?
Ever since 1964, when this building was constructed. But since the new visitor center and museum were built, we've been getting tremendous visitation from all over the world.
What days of the week are the tours offered?
Tours are offered Monday through Friday between 11 o'clock in the morning and 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
And the tour is still free?
Free tour, unless it's a group. Got to prearrange that.
And what precautions should visitors know about before they take a tour of an active factory?
Well, we want them to wear closed-toed shoes.
Sure.
and stay within our yellow lines, and that's pretty much it.
Sounds exciting. I'm looking forward to it. Dick, can we get started?
Let's go.
All right.
I'll show you around. Undoubtedly, Larry Fandel is one of the best vendors of guitar sides in the world. He's been doing this job for more than 42 years. The irons are heated to about 400 degrees, and Larry's bending the wood across the hot irons and then checking repeatedly against the template to make sure that the shape of the guitar is perfect. This is a D28. This is kind of the workhorse of Martin guitars. You can see that the bent sides have been glued to the front and rear blocks, and now the ribbon lining, which is critical to the sound, is being glued in using this really high-tech process of clothespins. I'm holding a completed guitar body that's been carefully prepared for the binding or decorative edge. The first step is to glue the binding on using masking tape. And after that's done, the binding is wrapped using kind of a mummified cloth tape. This is how we clamp it up overnight for drying.
Dick, I understand that the neck fitting phase of the guitar's manufacturing is very precise. Why is that?
There's so many compound angles on the dovetail joint of the neck. It's almost incomprehensible what to do to fit this down in order to center it or pitch it back so that the neck is perfectly playable. It's just, I think, one of the hardest jobs there is in all of guitar making.
And what is she doing here?
She's setting the neck into place, checking it for centering, and now checking it for the pitch of the neck, which is crucial to the string height. That'll make the guitar play comfortably. What's kept Martin successful is a tremendous marriage between technology and hand craftsmanship. You can see that here with the polishing robot, as opposed to the traditional method of polishing by hand using a lamb's wool bonnet. After the tuning machines and neck have been installed onto the polished body, then it's time for the bridge to be glued. After the bridge is glued down, then this is the last step before the guitar can be strung and tuned.
Well, Dick, we've made it to the final inspection stage of the guitar's manufacturing. Tell me what they're looking for at this stage.
Well, the final inspectors are stringing and tuning the guitar, putting the pick guard on, and getting the strings adjusted for perfect playability, and then checking every square inch of the instrument for perfection. After that point, it's ready to go out to music stores and the musicians. We keep all of our best guitar players back here, and that's what George is. George, here you go.
Well, I'd love to hear the guitar played. George, would you mind? Well, we've made it to the gift shop at Martin Guitar. What kind of souvenirs can a visitor take home from here?
Well, after the tour, you can pick up strings, books about Martin guitars, T-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, anything that has anything remotely to do with guitars, we have it.
And I've heard that there is a room here where people can play a Martin guitar before they leave?
A great pick-and parlor where you can play guitars you'd never ever get a chance to play in music stores.
Would you show it to me?
Absolutely.
Dick, which model is your favorite Martin guitar?
Well, that's a tough one because I like all of the guitars for different reasons. I love this one in the room here. This is one of the Roger McGuinn signature editions. It's a 7-string, very unusual. Used it to get that signature Birds sound, but it's just a wonderful, wonderful guitar.
Well, Dick, the Martin Guitar Museum is absolutely beautiful. I understand it's a recent addition to your facility. When was it built?
The museum was completed in 2004 after about 2 years of planning. This is really Chris Martin's vision for what he wanted to do. He wanted to first have a place to display our incredible collection of guitars. But beyond that, he wanted to be able to tell the Martin story. We have an incredible history and legacy, and the museum goes a long way in telling that.
Now, I know you've worked for the company for over 30 years. I bet you've met your fair share of celebrities.
Well, my job is mostly emails and phone calls like everybody else, but I do have some pretty special moments, and I've had the opportunity to meet Eric Clapton and Johnny Cash, Mark Knopfler, Crosby, Stills and Nash, and Young, just about everybody. We've done a lot of projects, and it's special to meet them.
Any unique stories you can share with us?
Well, I have a Willie Nelson story that I can't share with you.
Okay, we'll leave that as it is. Well, Dick, this concludes our tour today. Thank you so much for taking us around.
Well, thanks, and I hope everybody gets a chance to come here personally and see for themselves how special it is. Thanks.
I hope this overview of the Martin Guitar Factory Tour, Museum, and Gift Shop has piqued your interest. and that you'll want to visit soon to take the complete 1-hour tour. To request a free Martin Guitar brochure, contact Lehigh Valley Convention and Visitors Bureau at 1-800-747-0561 or visit us online at lehighvalleypa.org. Thanks for joining me for this edition of Lehigh Valley Visions. Welcome to this episode of Lehigh Valley Visions. Today we're going to take a tour of the Crayola Factory in downtown Easton. I've started a little early next door at the Crayola store with some shopping, and look at what I found. It's the world's largest crayon. It took 123,000 donated blue crayons sent in from children all across the country to make it. It's 15 feet long, has a 16-inch circumference, and weighs 1,500 pounds. That's one heck of a crayon. I'm heading next door to the Crayola Factory for a tour. Do you mind if I leave these here?
Sure, no problem. That would be fine.
I'll be back in a little bit.
Okay, I'll see you in a while.
Thanks. The first stop on your tour of the Crayola Factory has to be the crayon manufacturing exhibit. This 15-minute demonstration takes place every half hour on the facility's second floor. Watch as the technician shows you how they mix pigment with hot wax and pour it into a mold to make Crayola's famous crayons. Be sure to pick up a sample 4-pack before heading over to the Crayola Wall of Fame, where you can see the sweater that Mr. Rogers wore when he helped to mold the 100 billionth crayon. And don't forget to redeem some of the tokens you received at registration for free Crayola products to take home with you.
The Crayola Factory features different exhibits throughout the year with fun educational themes like this one, dinosaurs.
In the Model Magic section, kids and parents can do fun, hands-on projects together, like this one, using a fabric marker to color a t-shirt, tote bag, or placemat. They make great keepsakes. The Crayola Meltdown lets kids paint with melted wax in more than a dozen colors. Just take a whiff of that familiar aroma of crayons. On your way out, check out the What's Hot booth, which showcases the latest Crayola brand products in stores. Chalk Walk is a popular spot where kids can try out Crayola's colored chalk and turn the sidewalk into an artistic canvas. Further down the hall is the Crayola After Dark exhibit. Here, special light wands let kids and parents draw cool designs and shadow prints on special screens.
One of my favorite things to do at the Crayola Factory is probably the simplest, to color. Here at the Crayon Carousel, there are dozens of colors to choose from and lots of paper to get creative on.
Hey, you're not supposed to color outside the lines.
Little kids have a special place of their very own at Color Park. Here they can crawl through tunnels, play, and drop colorful balls in the machine. Cool Moves is another popular exhibit where you are the artwork. Just move around in front of the special lights and watch as you are projected onto the screen in a psychedelic kaleidoscope of colors and shapes.
What I like best about the Inside Out exhibit is that I get to use these special glass markers to write on the walls without getting yelled at by my mom. And what's even better than that is that the markers clean off the walls very easily with just soap and water.
The Creative Studio gives kids and parents another opportunity to do a hands-on project together. Activities change regularly, so you'll get to do a new project every time you visit. On the facility's third floor is the National Canal Museum. Included in your admission to the Crayola Factory, this museum is the only one in the country dedicated to telling the story of America's historic towpath canals. It teaches kids about the important role that canals played in the country's early development of commerce. It features 4 galleries full of hands-on exhibits that educate and entertain kids and parents alike. My favorite exhibit at the National Canal Museum is this one, Waterworks. I get a canal boat of my very own to load with cargo, so I can move it along the 90-foot model canal through inclined planes and locks toward my destination. And speaking of destinations, I left everything over at the Crayola store. I better go get it.
Wow, you must have had fun.
Actually, I got a little carried away. I had a blast.
Oh, well, here's your stuff.
Thanks for holding it for me. I appreciate it.
Sure, no problem. Have a nice day.
Thank you. You too. Well, that concludes our tour of the Crayola Factory in downtown Easton. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Lehigh Valley Visions. Welcome to this edition of Lehigh Valley Visions, video podcasts on area attractions. Today, we're celebrating the Lehigh Valley Wine Trail, which is home to 9 family-owned and operated wineries. The Wine Trail also hosts 6 themed events every year, including March Madness, Nouveau Weekend, and Harvest Weekend. Our guest today is Carrie Scripp of Clover Hill Vineyards and Winery in Briningsville. Carrie, I understand that Clover Hill is the second largest winery in Pennsylvania. How have you grown over the years?
My parents started this winery almost 22 years ago. My father was in a construction company. My mom was a school teacher. They decided to trade it all in, live off the land, and in 1985 they opened up Clover Hill Winery, producing about 1,000 gallons of wine. Today they've grown quite a bit, almost to about 65,000 gallons of wine.
Wow, that's a lot of wine. Now, will you take me through the wine growing process?
Sure, this is one of my favorite times of year. We're getting close to grape harvesting, and as you can see, we're out here in the vineyard, and the grapes are just starting to turn to a bright purple color, meaning that they're almost ripe. These are grapes called Chambourcin, and we will harvest them about the middle of September. We'll go through, hand harvest them, drop them into containers, take them down to the winery, and crush and press them almost immediately.
I would love to see those facilities. Can we go take a tour?
Sure, let's go. We bring all the grapes back to this location. We'll start by putting the whole bunches into our press, where we can do as small as 50 gallons up to 1 ton of fruit in this press. There's a bag inside the press that will inflate and deflate to ever so slightly crush and press the grapes. The juice will fall down through the slots and be pumped up into one of our fermentation tanks. From that point, we'll have the clear juice, we'll add a yeast culture, and the yeast will eat up the sugars and result in alcohol. That will take anywhere from 1 week's time up to about 1 month's time. From that point, some of the wines are ready to be bottled and consumed straight away. Some of the wines are ready to be oak aged for anywhere from 6 months up to about 2 or 3 years.
I'd love to see the barrel room where you do the aging process. Can we go there next?
Sure, let's go.
Great. Okay, so here we are in the barrel room. What kind of wines will I find in these barrels?
What we have in this barrel is a 2006 Cabernet Sauvignon. It went into barrel in May of 2007 and will stay here anywhere from about 2 years for further aging to pick up more aromas and flavors. From that point, it will go to be bottled and ready to be consumed by you.
That sounds good. Now, how would you define Clover Hill's winemaking style?
We've always felt that we'd like to produce a broad range of wine styles, anywhere from a sweet white wine to a very dry oak-aged red wine and something in the middle. We feel that wine should be enjoyed by everybody, and we hope to suit everybody's needs.
That makes perfect sense. All right, enough suspense, Carrie. Let's go taste some wine.
Sounds good. Let's go.
All right. Well, now we're in the tasting room, the end of our tour. Carrie, it's absolutely beautiful in here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let me ask you a personal question.
Sure.
What is the aha moment for you when you taste wine?
Oh boy, that's a tough one. I love many different wine styles and lots of different flavors, but I think to me the most important thing is to have a really nice wine in your glass to be enjoying with good friends, good family, sitting outside on a beautiful day.
I absolutely agree. What advice would you have for visitors who want to get the most out of their wine trail experience?
The best things that you can do is not try and visit all 9 wineries in one day. Break it up into 2 separate days by doing the western half first, including Clover Hill, Vinecrest, Pinnacle Ridge, Blue Mountain, and Gale and Glen. On a separate day, try and do the eastern half of the wineries, which include Cherry Valley, Franklin Hill Vineyards, Big Creek, and Amore. Each of those wineries have different rules and regulations as far as visiting, so I would recommend visiting each of their individual websites or visiting the LehighValleyWineTrail.com website first to find out more information.
Carrie, thank you so much for giving us the tour today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Now that we've given you a virtual tour of the Lehigh Valley Wine Trail, I hope you'll want to come out and explore it this year. To request a free Lehigh Valley Wine Trail brochure, contact 1-800-747-0561 or visit us online at lehighvalleypa.org. Thanks for joining me for this edition of Lehigh Valley Visions.